morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, we're going to be talking about something that I'm actually shocked I haven't really talked about that much, and that is going to be passive income. I've done guides sort of on how to make gold pretty much every way in the game, and passive income I just really haven't covered. And so today, that's what I'm going to aim to do. And so, to really talk about passive income, we have to define it first. To me, passive income is just making money by doing minimal work or just not really too much effort into the game. Like, what I mean by that is here in Horde, we have to fly to Sprinter Tree Post in Ashenvale and run over here to this moonwell. This is the closest, most accessible moonwell for a tailor to create mooncloth. And now I want you to look here at mooncloth. It takes about 2G, 2.5G to get 2 fell cloth, and it converts into 25G for a cooldown. Now, this is a huge reason, in fact, due to ZG being announced sometime in April, and that being a huge need for mooncloth, meaning every tailor is going to be using their own for their bloodvine set, or is going to be using it to make bloodvine to then sell it. So this is just a huge example for why mooncloth is spiking right this very moment. Now, the problem with mooncloth is it is a 4-day cooldown, and it requires 250 tailoring and a mooncloth to be at. And the 250 tailoring is important because that means you have to be at least level 35 to get the tailoring high enough to then make mooncloth. And we'll get into that later on. I just wanted to start this off showing you where this moonwell is, how to get here for Horde. The Alliance has it so freaking easy because they have a moonwell in Darnassus, so Alliance mages can literally just port there and moonwell away. Alrighty, guys. So our next thing to talk about is professions. And professions are one of the best sources for Classic and making income. And here's why. They take a lot of effort to put in and a lot of gold and such. But if you're able to do that, you can yield incredible results. So if we look right here, I have put in so much into professions. I literally have every single enchant in the game right now, and almost every tailoring pattern. Some of the biggest ones: Bottomless Bag, Robe of Winter Night, Flare Core Leggings. Almost pretty much, if it was a farmable pattern, I went and got it. And then enchanting, I seriously do have every single one. But the one that really eludes so many people and is so worth it in Classic is Greater Stats. Now, I spent 1,000 gold early on in the like Phase 1, Phase 2 maybe, to buy this pattern that I saw drop off of someone was selling it. And so all the enchanters on my server, there were like 3 or 4 of them at the very beginning. And they all talked about making it 25 gold and keeping it 25 gold per enchant. Now, that might seem steep, and this definitely varies per server. So they reached out to me once I had it, and so I just agreed to that. Why not? And this has made me so much. I spent 1,000 gold investment, and I have probably made over 10,000 gold doing it, and that just enchanting Greater Stats. And so, while I am someone who has put in so much effort to professions, I might be slightly leaning towards why they're so great, but they do pay off. It's just, a lot of people want to say, oh, if you're not going to do it, there's risk in it. And there is, for sure, and it does vary per server. I know Europe, a lot of people over there have commented on the videos, like, how do you make these prices? Why are they like that? And I don't know if we're incredibly high here on Scarum, but I can tell you that it makes profit for me. Here's the example of the macro that I like to do. and spam, this covers everything I have. So it just says, looking for work, have all enchant/tearing, even enchant chest, greater stats, bottomless bag, lionheart helm, an alch, and an armor smith. So those are linked via macro. There are tons of videos and stuff that you can look up to see how to do that. So I was just doing that. This is actually one of my guildies. Like, I sit here and this is my spot. So my guildie right here, he comes up and trades me because he knows I have all the enchants. So you can just hit him up with greater stats. He didn't even whisper me or anything. This is just the spot I said. So I'm going to leave this in just for something cool like that. But that's sort of how it goes with everything like that. And so the next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to utilize other cooldowns that you have with your professions. So I'm going to hop over to my priest, and I'll see you when we get there. Whoop! Alrighty, guys. So now that we're on my priest, which is, logged out at the same exact location, this pretty much is where I chill when I'm just chilling, spamming my macro or helping people with whatever they need. So I want to show you this nifty trick. Now, this isn't very secret. Everyone really knows about this, but it's Transmuted Arcanite. So this cooldown is every 48 hours. And an arcane crystal costs 45G. A thorium bar costs 18 silver. So we're looking 45G and 18 silver. And it comes out to about 6 gold in profit. So now you can do this every 2 days. Another huge Xmute is transmuting undeath to water. And you can do that every 24 hours. And it is a really good pattern. It's actually one of the only ones I am missing. I'm missing that one, and I'm missing Flask of Titans. But we look here, we see sells for 52 gold, create auction. So just a quick way to flip 6 gold, and it takes a little investment. You just do that, buy that, and do that. Going into alchemy, something you can do is sort of scalping. So what you do is you look at, I have TSM, so it's huge in this aspect, but it'll show me all these profits. So this would be if I were to just buy the materials flat out off the auction house. The greens are the ones that are profiting, and the red ones are ones that would be negative. So with BWL being released now, a lot of these herbs are pretty far down, and so it makes you look. The major rejuve potion is actually something I really want to look into. This is a bop pattern in MC. Once you get it, or it's actually not a bop pattern, my bad on that. You can just get this pattern, and you can make these. And what's good about these is it provides a unique alternative to major mana pots, which give you almost the same mana. Like, this is a flat health and mana, which is sort of averaged in the middle of that. So it can roll less than a major mana if you get a high major mana roll, but it is so much cheaper and cost effective. So it's just something that you could look into if you're playing these high mana costs, seeing things like a healer or a shadow priest. I'm gonna maybe even look into doing these just for a cheaper alternative that provides literally almost the same effect for me, and it gives me health on top of it. So there's something that to look forward to and keep in mind. Anyway, I would recommend price scalping like that, just looking off the auction house. This varies so much based off your server. I can't just say blankly, do this, do that, get that. And anyway, I'm going to go into our next topic now, and that is going to be investing for the future. So here on my Alchemist, something that I've done and have shared with you guys even is stockpiling Fire Bloom, because Fire Bloom is a huge resource for mana oil and greater fire power pots. And now these are going to, Fire Bloom is going to be so cheap right now. Like you can see, it's 40 silver right now. As soon as Phase 5 is probably even announced, it is going to skyrocket because mana oil uses them, and those fire pots that every mage is going to be going fire for raiding, and they are going to be getting a ton of those. Something else I'm holding onto is elemental waters, because when Nax comes out for Phase 6, these elemental waters are going to be essential in making greater frost protection potions, and that's something you're also going to want to be into. And so if we look here on this guy, my bags are all really just 14 slots, and I have some 16s on my actual guy. Now, when we look at these bags, this brings me into bag space as being so helpful, because a lot of people only have one account. Some people have two. If you have two and can trade with yourself, that's amazing. Keep doing that. That's all up to you. But if you only have one account like myself, you have to mail stuff back and forth. Now, you can't have a banker tune. You can have an infinite mailbox. But all in all, having everything on your guy and having bigger bags is an increase, because you're allowed to have more slots. That's less trading. That's less mailing. You can have the things right there. So if you're a crafter, time is money. Things take 30 seconds to 45 seconds just to craft right now. So you have all these bag slots, and you can just go and get them, put them in. If we come over here to my mage has every slot filled with Oni bags. He is missing 3 Oni bags in his bank, and that's even if I buy the last bank slot. I don't think 100G for that last bank slot is worth it, honestly. Arguably, buying the 25 and 51 is debatable. But if we look here, I have 4 Oni bags on myself, and then 3 here, and then I just can get 3 more. And you can see here my bank is full. And finally, one topic I want to go over is if you have 35 ults that you're not really doing anything, or like a 40 people like me. I made my armor smith, got him to 40, and so he has he is 35 technically, so I could make him a tailor or an alchemist and exmute or tailor those things. It's just I have mining, because I keep telling myself I'm going to level him, going to get him to max, maybe try a little warrior DPS, and then make mining guides for you guys, because that's one profession I haven't covered, because I haven't had a miner that's max level. So I'm working on that to help you guys out and get you content on that. But that's the only reason that I just don't want to sound hypocritical. If you've seen that I have a level 40 and I'm not doing these tactics, that's the reason why. But anyway, something I wanted to go over, and this is highly debated among the classic community, is epics. So if we look here, even the add-ons, Enchantrix, it tells me that this epic, Destiny, will disenchant into a Nexus Crystal. Now, the reason I bought 3 Destinies is because Destinies are an epic sword that disenchant into a Nexus Crystal, and they are so cheap. They're running 20 gold. They're pretty much useless on the Horde. Alliance Warriors might be able to make use of them because they get the sword spec. But Horde, we're axes all the way, and so we don't really use many of these Destinies at all. So they're kind of garbage on the Horde. Alliance prices might be different, but I'm stockpiling them because I believe they'll turn into Nexus. However, it's really up to Blizzard with what we see here, because Blizzard is going to they should make a blue post on this. I really hope they do very soon, because if they don't, it's just gonna get out of hand, So how it works now in the game for every expansion past Classic or Vanilla is items are timestamped with a date. So to the game, that item came out before Nexus Crystals were available, and that's how it works in retail now. So this cannot be this should not be able to be a Nexus Crystal because it was looted before Phase 5. However, in Classic, that's not, or in Vanilla, that's not how it was. That didn't exist because they didn't release Nexus Crystals until AQ. So they had no reason to timestamp items. So if they're sticking with normal, the original, then they're going to do this. If they're not, then we're not going to see it. And there has yet to be a blue post on it. I checked the forums. There's a great thread on it. The last post was about like 20 days ago. So I don't know what to tell you guys, whether to save it or not. I would save some if you can. To me, I disenchanted a lot of them, and I disenchant a lot of them now because judging by what they've done with the changes and everything, I personally believe it is timestamped. And so I'm only holding these Destinies just because they're not worth 3 brilliance. But a lot of the raid gear right now is. So like this Arcanist belt, if I were to disenchant that, it would give me 3 to 4 large brilliant shards. And those large brilliants were super valuable when BWL launched for all the new enchants that use a ton of them. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope this helps you guys make more passive income in a lot of this. I ranted a little bit, but to me, these are all really good points and just stuff I've been putting a lot of thought into, and sort of just methods and things that I do to make a lot of gold and cover all my raiding costs and such. So I hope this helps you. I hope you maybe thought of some new points. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Everything helps. We're almost at 1,300 subs, so that's really, really cool, guys. The prepping for phase 4 guide that blew up. It's already my 3rd most watched video. It might be 2nd now already in just like a week. So that's just absolutely incredible, guys, and I truly appreciate all the support. Like I don't know what to say other than that. It's crazy to me that just chasing this, helping you guys out, is really, really working, and you guys seem to be enjoying it. So I'm trying my best to help you any way I can, and so with that, guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. If you made it to the ending, thank you so much for watching this video. It really helps. If you could, please share this with like one person you know, because it would help me so much. I'd appreciate that. Really gets me going on this and can keep growing to make this sustainable and keep up this lifestyle. So I super appreciate it. And if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. And thank you so very much. Bye-bye.